Welcome back to the mountain, friends. One of my favorite Laura Ingalls quotes is this: "The real things haven't changed. It is still best to be honest and truthful, to make the most of what we have, to be happy with simple pleasures, and have courage when things go wrong." I was thinking today about the concept that we can have eyes but not see, and we can have ears but not hear. And so our eyes can be open, but we cannot truly be looking. We can be listening and not really hear. We can feel and not truly understand. I suppose that our world today makes it harder and harder to be focused, to live in the moment, and maybe it's even robbed us of the ability to stop and process and take things in. I don't have close to all the answers to the many issues of this life, but I do know that finding the beauty in the ordinary moments of every day has changed my life. I have become so much more focused on gratitude and contentment, and there is something that happens when gratitude meets contentment. There is a peace that surpasses all understanding. And it is so beautiful, and it is so real. It may seem silly, but it can be as simple as when I go to wash the mirror in our bedroom that belonged to James' grandmother. I think about her, and as I'm washing the mirror, I think about how she loved to dance. And I try to picture her getting ready in that mirror to go out dancing. And I just notice myself smiling, being in that moment, thinking of her, grateful for the mirror, and so thankful that we're able to have it in our own home.
Good boy.
Creation displays the attributes of its maker, and we're so distracted today that it's so much easier to miss than I imagine it was decades ago. And when you stop and you look harder and harder at the things around you, it gets more and more challenging to deny that something truly wonderful and awesome and amazing created all of the things around us. Everything that is truly good and praiseworthy, it is so intricate in its nature. You are so intricate in your nature, beautiful and wonderfully, wonderfully made and crafted. And so I agree with Laura that the real things haven't changed, though they may just be hidden beneath layers of our modern world. But it is indeed still best to be honest and truthful, and to make the most of what we have, as that is contentment, to be happy with simple pleasures, as that is gratitude, and to have courage when things go wrong, as that is trust. Today we're going to make the pumpkin custard, or the crustless pumpkin pie recipe that I mentioned in the food haul video. This is so delicious. It is nourishing. It's high in healthy fats. It has no processed sugar. It is one of my personal favorite things to make, and so we are going to make that together today. You are going to need a can of pumpkin puree, not pumpkin pie mix, just 100% pumpkin puree. You could obviously make that yourself from a pumpkin, or you can just get a can. This is organic, 100% pumpkin puree. You're also going to need either some real, 100% real maple syrup for sweetening or some raw honey. I prefer the depth of flavor that the maple syrup gives, but both maple syrup and raw honey have lots of wonderful benefits, and it's going to add that little bit of sweetness. I am going to use some raw heavy cream. You can also use coconut cream for this. You are going to want some sort of spices. You could just do it as simple as cinnamon. You could do cinnamon and nutmeg, some allspice. I have just a pumpkin pie blend here that has cinnamon, nutmeg, allspice, ground ginger, and ground cloves in it, so I'm going to be using this. Or you can leave the spices out completely. So it's rich in high fats, simple ingredients, no processed sugar, and it is this rich, fluffy, lovely pumpkin custard. Forgot to mention that I'm also going to be using some of my homemade vanilla. You can leave that out or you can add that in. I really like vanilla, so I'm gonna put some of that in the mixture. You can put it in these little individual servings. That's really nice for parties. You can use a pie plate or you can use one of these, whatever you have. You are just going to want to make sure that you grease your pan. And my suggestions would be either coconut oil, ghee, or butter. I will have the full recipe with the substitution ideas on our blog on our website, and you can find the link to it in the description box and pinned in the comments below. Don't you wish you could take a look forward and see where we shall all be then? I do, returned Laurie. I think not, for I might see something sad. And everyone looks so happy now. I don't believe they could be much improved. And Joe's eyes went slowly round the room, brightening as they looked, for the prospect was a pleasant one. Father and mother sat together, quietly reliving the first chapter of the romance which for them began some 20 years ago. Amy was drawing the lovers who sat apart in a beautiful world of their own, the light of which touched their faces with a grace the little artist could not copy. Beth lay on her sofa, talking cheerily with her old friend. who held her little hand as if it felt that it possessed the power to lead him along the peaceful way she walked. Jo lounged in her favorite low seat with the grave, quiet look which best became her, and Laurie, leaning on the back of her chair, his chin on a level with her curly head, smiled with his friendliest aspect and nodded at her in the long glass, which reflected them both. The beautiful clothing that you saw in today's video, from the dusty rose robe to this dress and the pinafore that I wore today, which was designed after Marmie's pinafore from Little Women, was also graciously sent to me from Little Women Atelier. It is a family-owned and run business, and the clothing pieces are so special. This type of clothing is what I call lifetime clothing. It is incredibly high quality linen. It is an investment, and if you take care of it, it can last you a lifetime and be something beautiful to pass on to someone else. So thank you so much, Little Women Atelier, for partnering with us for today's video. And thank you so much to all of you, as always, for coming back to our little house on the mountain. If you are new here, I would love to have you subscribe so that we can visit again. All of the links to things mentioned or seen in today's video will be in the description box or pinned in the comments below. Thank you for liking this video, commenting on it, and sharing it with your friends. We appreciate you, and Lord willing, I will see each and every one of you right here on the next one. I pray that you find beauty in all your moments. Bye, friends.